Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. Last episode we kind of... I almost managed to get the flight to work, but only about half of it. So in this episode I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is to make universal landers that will function as escape pods but can be used on any planet. I want to design very simple tiny landers that carry the most Kerbals and can land on practically any planet, if not any planet. Which means it will need an engine. So first thing, I'm going to grab this drone part. I think it's the heaviest, unfortunately, but that's kind of necessary. Because I want to be able to have these ships controllable, even if there's no Kerbal in them. Even if they're not manned by any Kerbals. You know, in case of emergency. So I can put it there like that. Yeah, and basically I'm going to build a separate rocket to test these, and then I'll eventually launch them up. Actually, I ought to put that on last. I'll then launch them up with separate rocket to test them, and then launch them up to the space station, which I've kind of, for now, nicknamed the Space Carrot, because it does kind of look like a carrot at the moment. What is... weird colour coding? I'll have to find out what that is. In fact, actually, zooming in on that has been done a little bit crudely. You can see the pixels, that if you have it in 1080p or something, you can see the pixels sort of spilling out of the sides. I think that was kind of scribbled on with a graphics tablet or something. But anyway, I'll need a Rockomax brand decoupler, and I shouldn't need too big an engine really. Tylo is the only planet I'm a bit worried about, because that does take a lot of landing on to land on it. I'll need advanced SAS. Probably the small fuel tank. I might be able to get away with a smaller engine than that, but I want it to be able to do a powered landing if necessary. You know, either to assist with the landing. It doesn't have to take back off again, as long as it can land. That is what this thing's going to be designed for. Taking off, it's just, you know, it's not really, well, if it's an emergency, you want to land anyway, and then I can send out rescue missions. There's no point in making, trying to make a ship that can land on any planet and take off from it, just as an escape vessel, really. They would be massive escape pods. Probably the escape pod bay would be bigger than the space station itself in that case. So I want these fairly small and simple. I need landing legs, wherever they are. There they are. Here. There we are. I'm not sure whether I can get away with these landing legs. I think they're a little bit lighter. Yeah, they're half the weight, but I think they might be a little bit small. So I'll have to test that. Plus, it doesn't seem to want to attach them. Oh no, hang on. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that engine's too big for them. I could get away with them if I used that engine, but I think I'm going to have to use the slightly heavier legs here. I certainly couldn't get away with those. Those are just ludicrously small. Oh, and the reason I'm using this instead of the hitchhiker storage container is because it's designed for landing on, well, designed for re-entry basically, and it can carry more Kerbals than this pod. It carries one less number of Kerbals than the hitchhiker storage container, but with the hitchhiker storage container you can't control via that. You would rely on the drone at the top to do all the work, whereas the drone is more as an extra control mechanism in case there aren't any Kerbals on board. You know, like if a Kerbal was floating around in space and you had to, or with no RCS or something, and you had to actually pilot the unmanned ship over to the Kerbal instead, or whatever you need to do. Because when they had re-entry heat and stuff, using a storage container trying to land that, it would just melt every time it tried to re-enter. So it's better using something designed for re-entry. I haven't attached these legs yet. There we go. Right. A ladder. Yeah, I need a ladder. Actually, it's probably better to put these legs round like that if I'm going to put a ladder on. Wherever the ladders are. I've forgotten where the ladders are now. Oh, were they in science? No, they're in... Should be in utility. I might... Yeah, they're there. That was a fail. Now, how low do I need this? About there. No, lower than that. About there. And just run these up the side. Okay, I didn't actually click on it. Oh, it might be better if I just moved that up as far as it will go. Yeah, that works. And then if I move that down slightly and fit another one in there. Okay, that works. Right, and I think that's about it. This is if I need to do a powered landing. I would use this stuff, and also it helps if I need to attach the Kerbal onto it. For a planet with an atmosphere, I might use a power-assisted landing, but for the most part I just jettison this and use the parachutes to land with. Although I'm going to put lots of parachutes on this. I think, well, 4 parachutes I think should do it. But you can use as many as you want. That shouldn't obstruct the exit pod. But then they'll be divided into groups of 2. So you jettison one pair, and then if necessary you could jettison another pair. So it doesn't break your neck when they open on, say, a planet like Eve. But a planet like Duna, you'd probably want to have all 4 open to slow down your descent. That, or you'd use power assist with this. So, keep an eye on which one's which. So that one, okay. Can it? Hey, what? I want to select that one. That one? No, hang on. What? I think what I'm going to have to do is put them on literally 2 at a time. There's those 2, and I'll move them down. Because I know you can put them on separately. I know you can do this because I've done it before. Yes, there we go. So you activate 1 pair at a time. Make sure that they're relatively level. Obviously the parachute, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh yeah, I can put them further out, can't I? So it doesn't obstruct the window. That's just a little bit higher and it'll be perfect. That's about right. Yeah, so it doesn't obstruct any windows or anything. Okay, good. Good, that works. And this I will have to have on yet another stage down there. Okay. Lights, I don't need lights. Power source, yeah. If it's got a drone control system as well as that, I'd probably need a power source. But because it's just such a small ship, I can just use a pair of thermoelectric generators. That should work fine. Or just in case they get stuck in deep space, I could put it on there. Actually, no, that's pointless, actually. If they're landing or whatever. Yeah. So just a pair on there will do fine. And what else do I need? RCS. Yes, that's the thing. First I need the ports. Actually, no, I do need the ports first. So they'll go around here. Probably have about 4 of them. I don't need too many, I don't think, but that will be part of the testing. Oh, yeah, does that obstruct anything? Slightly. Probably better if I put them down there. Actually, even better, I've just thought, would be to put them on pairs again. Like that. It's nice and neat. Not that it needs to be. Okay, so that's our sort of compact escape mechanism. So it's time to test it out. And name it. Because I want it to be able to lift itself, at least on Kerbin, because then I know that it landing on Tylo is a possibility. Whee! Okay, yeah, that's fine. And the ladder? I shouldn't need lights, the Kerbals have got lights. That's just extra unnecessary weight. I'll also then put a docking port on the top, that's why I've used this particular probe. Is that, it does go under the ground. Oh, there we go. Oh, only just though, so that's about right. Okay, so nope, that one. Let's test its flyability. I don't know what the word is actually. How well it flies. Yeah, let's see how well it flies. Okay, throttle up. And also how long it can fly for. Okay, yeah, it's got plenty of thrust. I think using the smaller engine wouldn't quite have cut it, seeing as I'm just over 50% thrust, just to get this thing to lift itself. Having an engine at half the power, even at full throttle, wouldn't quite be able to lift itself. Oh, of course, I forgot to put RCS ports on this thing. Okay. Though I'm a bit worried about the fuel consumption. But let's put RCS ports on it, and a docking port on the top. One of the large ones. Where are the RCS ports? There they are. Centre mass is there. Oh, of course. Hang on a second. That might be a problem. Translating would be tricky. About there works. Oh no, it doesn't. Hold on. Let's just remove those. Then put the RCS ports on there. A bit higher. Ah, okay, that works. Everything's twisted. I don't like putting RCS ports at that angle. What about if I... Can I put these diagonally? Yeah, I can actually. It shouldn't obstruct the Kerbals. Alright, I'll move these down. Put those at the top there. Aha! That works. Okay. Let's test this. And then I'll send one in orbit and test its landing capabilities. Powered landing, that is. And I'll also then send one to the moon as well to test its moon landing capabilities, because I might need to make a variation with a larger tank for planets outside Kerbin. Duna especially, so it actually has enough fuel to land. So put the gear down and activate the engine. Ooh, a little more thrust now. There we go. Tiny bit more thrust. Haha! The RCS can actually then make us hover. Oh, we got plenty of monopropellant. That is not a problem. Oh, we're losing a lot of weight here. Let's just get back on the launch pad. Oh, nuts. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally pressed the start button on the keyboard. I can't stand it when that happens. Well, who can, really? It's kind of annoying. At least it wasn't sticky keys. But we're going to do the test again, and I'm going to see if I can... Whoa, land on the launch tower. That's the button. Okay. Over slightly. Ooh, hang on a second. That way. Hey, look at that. That is a very, very controllable craft. Let's take off again. About there is perfect. And we're going to try landing this thing on very, very, very little fuel. Perfect. Oh, look how much fuel we had left. We got plenty of monopropellant though, so I'm glad that's not an issue. Yeah, this thing's great. I like it. So, let's try... Oh, okay. Oh, I see, yeah. I'll try launching it on a rocket now. And seeing how it fares at doing a powered landing. That would give me an idea of what it would be like on Tylo. It's just Tylo doesn't have air drag, unfortunately, whereas this I can open the parachutes in the case of an emergency. Or in the event of an emergency, or even open the parachutes during the powered descent, just to assist like you would on Duna. So I need rocket max decoupler. I suppose I don't need too much, really. One of these. One of those. One of these. And struts. Secure that in place. And then a couple of boosters on the side. Oop. Nope. Two, yeah. With tricouplers with engines on the bottom to then assist with the launch. It's that one. Oh, bless you, cat. Cat sneezing. Oh, that's slightly off. That's perfect. Look at that. Oh, hang on. No, that's off as well. Oh, come on. That right? No, that's not right either. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Ah, it's slightly off now. I liked it off centre. I could just rotate them around if I want the same effect, but I won't bother. So there we go, and struts just to assist. So 2 in. Like so. Same on the bottom. This will be an entirely drone controlled flight. Ooh, and I mustn't forget launch stabilizers. Oh no, I can do that. Awesome. Thought I'd have to remove the docking port. Oh, okay. I will if I want to do it with this view. Okay, that's it. Come on, attach. Oh, please attach. There we go. Okay, that's good. So that engine should be down there. That. Yep, that's good. Okay. It'll probably put it on a suborbital trajectory. A proper re-entry trajectory, but that's what I'm looking for. Okay. SAS on, throttle up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. That is fast. And loud. What is that? Ah, I see. That'll gradually come down and land. Gotta make sure that it doesn't use this tank as well. But I must remember to reactivate it. Yeah, I don't think it uses the fuel of upper stage tanks through decouplers, but it does use it through docking ports. So you've got to be careful of that. This is a really awesome rocket. Hope it has enough fuel. It should do. These should run out just as I start the gravity turn. So start pitching over. There we go. Okay. And we'll go over to 90. Awesome. It's steady as a rock. Even with that thing gimbling all over the place. Yeah, how much electric power is it generating? Oh, I see. Okay, I'll pitch over a bit more. What else do you do here? Oh, I'll pitch right over to 90 then. It's a great rocket. I like it. Oh, the overheat's going down. Okay, that's enough for the apoapsis. Once we get up to the apoapsis, I'll increase it. I'll thrust a little bit to get a small periapsis going, because I normally land at about 32 kilometers. So that's where I want the periapsis to be. Assuming I can get that. This is going to be controlled flight, but I might try a more fierce landing later on. That'll do. Ah, I can turn it. Nice. That looks like a rocket, that does. It should do, because it is a rocket, but yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, 2 minutes. Oh, what? Lock the gimbal? No. Am I going to have to disable the SAS again? I think I am. Okay. Let's start burning. Should have plenty of fuel for this. Okay, that's fine. And jettison that stage. And activate this. Okay, that's good. And to simulate a proper real thing, escape, I'd probably have to translate away from it. I'll align myself correctly. And let's just get that a bit more precise. That'll do. Whoa, that's really precise actually. Okay, that shouldn't hit us now. It's going to go straight under us. Please go straight under us. Yeah. That's going way far away. Oh, it's going to be a night landing, isn't it? Whoops. Oh well, that's an extra challenge. Not that this is really going to be much of a challenge. Landing is pretty easy. It's the taking off that's the hard part. Oop. Don't quite want full physical time warp. Okay, let's position myself about there. I haven't used the engine yet. It's going down. Whoa, hold on a second. Let's turn that RCS off. Actually, I ought to have an abort system where I launch 2 of these parachutes without having to add another stage and rearrange stuff. Because at the moment to activate it, you have to jettison that. It's still going down. The periapsis is also going down. See, no. Huh. Okay, I'll put it on free camera. I'm going to try and do a powered landing. If I can't do a powered landing, I'll just abort and jettison that and activate a couple of parachutes. Actually, yeah, the abort system should jettison this, but by default it should be capable of doing a powered landing, occasionally assisted with parachutes. Oh yeah, I didn't check whether I was going to land in the ocean or not. Oh yeah, that's a good point. No, I don't think I am actually. I'm probably landing somewhere over there. Ah, that doesn't tell me anything. Well, I'm decelerating very, very fast, so I'm pretty certain I'm not doing an ocean landing. It's very controllable even without RCS, actually. Actually, I just turn the SAS off and let us be guided in by the air. This is why I put thermoelectric generators on and not solar panels, because the solar panels will shatter. Although a smart person would have closed them up by now, so yeah, that would get round it. Yeah, we are slap bang on the other side. Okay, here we go. I'm going to open the legs up. See, on a normally on a planet that has an atmosphere, I would open a couple of these parachutes just for the guiding in process, and then all I have to do is control the throttle of the engine, and it practically lands itself. Or just jettison this. That's the really, really easy way of doing it. Okay, this is where I need to start killing my velocity a bit more. Horizontal velocity should be combated pretty easily. I can't tell how high up I am. This is why you put lights on craft. Because I don't have a shadow either. Okay, I'll just use the RCS and kill any horizontal velocity. Down slightly. Down a bit more. And because there aren't any Kerbals in here, I can't use the radar altimeter. So that doesn't help either. Aha, I can see stuff on the ground. Whoa, we're getting a bit close. Oh, I'm going up. Am I still going up? No. Oh! Well, I just ran out of fuel as I touched down, but the pod did still survive. So I'd call that mostly a success. Simply because... Oh, I'm going to have to leave the debris there. Well, simply because of... If I was able to see where I was going, I would have been able to land that. You know, just about with enough fuel. But also, because it has an atmosphere, normally I just use the parachutes. I barely need any fuel. Or use a parachute assist. So, on a planet like Tylo, if I put some lights on it, that should work fine. So I think that lander is alright. Although, of course, on Tylo, you wouldn't have the atmosphere, of course. Okay, just forget about Tylo for now. I'd need a really, really powerful thing for that. But yeah, for practically any other planet, and I think we're getting there, I'm just going to have to do a lot more testing. So, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time when we'll be doing more testing. So, goodbye.